Jaya Jaya Śrī Caitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Jaya Śrī Caitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Jaya Śrī Caitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Jaya Śrī Caitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Jaya Śrī Caitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
श्री चैतन्य चरितामृत की जय। श्रील कृष्णदास कविराज गोस्वामी की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। नमो ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, dear devotees, I welcome you to today's Sri Caitanya Charitamrita session. Today is June 15th, 2026, and we are reading from Sri Caitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, chapter 10. The Lord returns to Jagannath Purī, and all these days we've been reading about the glories of Svarūpa Dāmodara Gosvami. First Paramananda Puri had arrived, then Svarūpa Dāmodara Goswami arrived the next day. And as soon as he arrived, he fell at the lotus feet of Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu and offered this wonderful prayer. He recited this verse, which glorifies the mercy of Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu. And for the past 3 sessions, we've been discussing only this one verse. So which is showing how is this mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu working? How is it helping a conditioned soul to rise from the platform of suffering material miseries and struggling to squeeze out a drop of pleasure? And in order to get that, he works so hard, and finally he's only a failure. He's not able to get any happiness. All he gets at the end is all the hard work that he has put in. There's no pleasure. There's no pleasure. That's why it is Maya. Maya means there is no pleasure here, but it seems like it gives you the hope that there is some pleasure. And like the animal in the desert, which is running after that mirage where there is no water, but it is running after it in hope that now very soon I'm going to get water, I'm going to drink that, and I'm going to quench my thirst. And in this hope, it keeps running and running and running. But as we know, there is no water, it is just an illusion. So the poor animal keeps running until it drops down dead. That's the condition of a conditioned soul in this material existence without Krishna consciousness. Without Krishna consciousness. He's just seeking after that pleasure, that happiness, and trying and working and working and working and working and struggling only to be disappointed in the end. So, to such a conditioned soul, when the devotee of the Lord, who is so compassionate, his heart, and why his heart is so soft? Because of his bhakti. Because of his bhakti. And when he decides, when his glance falls on this conditioned soul who's suffering, his heart melts with compassion. That compassion is nothing but bhakti in another form. His bhakti, his love for the Lord is now, it takes the form of mercy towards the conditioned soul. And that's when the good fortune of this conditioned soul awakens. So that mercy is followed by the mercy of Lord Krishna or Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu. When you get the mercy of a devotee, that is followed by the mercy of Krishna, and then his good fortune awakens. So step by step, first he gets Dhrida Shraddha and he begins performing pure devotional service 24/7. Although he still has contamination in his heart, he has anarthas, because of which, even though he's trying steadily to make progress in bhakti, he fails at times. He fails at times. There are distractions in his mind, but he feels very guilty about that, and he feels very heinous. And even when he's enjoying some material sense gratification, he does it with great regret, crying, "Oh, what a heinous person I am." And then he enjoys. And why he enjoys? He knows that this enjoyment is only going to uh, trap me, it caused me bondage. In spite of that, he's enjoying because he finds himself helpless. He finds himself helpless because of those anarthas, and he's forced to act. Like Krishna tells Arjun, it's a lust only Arjuna, right? Which forces a person to act in a way which he doesn't even desire. He doesn't want to do it, but it's as if somebody is forcing him to do. Like that, his anarthas are forcing him to act in a certain way. But because he already got Dhrida Shraddha, now he is feeling uh, very guilty that he's doing it. That's the difference. A conditioned soul who didn't receive mercy, he will also enjoy, but he feels no regret. He will not feel sorry that I'm enjoying this material world. No, he won't feel any remorse. But a devotee, a pure devotee who got Dhrida Shraddha, even if he enjoys something, he will do it with great uh, regret, because this is against the principle of pure devotion. Why I am doing this? Of course, he's not committing sinful activities. Don't get me wrong. Sinful activities are out of question. A person who gets Dhrida Shraddha, another word for Dhrida Shraddha is Shastriya Shraddha. His Shraddha is based on scripture. So one whose faith is based on scripture, how he can do something which is forbidden by scripture? No, that's not the case. He won't do any sinful activities. Illicit sex, gambling, intoxication, and meat eating, these things he won't do. Then what is he doing? Even if he's eating something for his pleasure, for his enjoyment, oh, he likes prasadam very much. Yes, of course, it's Krishna Prasad, it's transcendental, but then he eats a lot of it, right? Trying in the mood of an enjoyer. Oh, I like this, I like that, and he eats more and more of it. Maybe he stashes prasadam when he's eating. Then he will feel, oh, what kind of a devotee I am. Everything is meant for Krishna's enjoyment, and here, it's a different thing if he's actually eating it, seeing Krishna, this is Krishna's mercy, then no problem. Then at that time, why only gulab jamun? He will eat anything because there his concern, like Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj would take dirt, clay on the banks of Ganga. He would take clay and he would eat that. So that's a whole different platform, very advanced platform in bhakti. And he will just eat anything, raw vegetables, raw bangan, eggplant. He would just eat like that, raw eggplant, raw rice. He would wash in the Ganga and he would eat. So if you're eating it because you're seeing Krishna, then that is not, there's nothing to regret there. You will be eating very happily. Oh, because you're seeing Krishna, this is Krishna's prasadam and he's eating. Not like that. But you're eating, so this is in the initial stage, of course, right? You're eating because, oh, I like this prasad, I like that prasad, and you eat that a lot like that. Then, even if it does that, and what to speak of, I like wearing nice clothes, so I'll just buy clothes and, I'm enjoying that. The thing is, even when he's enjoying, he will feel that, oh, I'm so fallen, like that. That's his condition. So he begins pure devotional service. And then and because of this, his continuous bhajan is apparently disturbed. When he's going for sense enjoyment, apparently there is a disturbance. Then how you can call him a pure devotee? Because even during that time when he is not chanting or doing direct devotional service, he's regretting. That regret is still keeping him. So through that regret, he's Krishna conscious. He's remembering Krishna in regret. So that is keeping him on the platform of Krishna consciousness. Therefore, he is still a pure devotee. But so I'm telling you how this conditioned soul is progressing step by the mercy of Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu. So this is called Anishtita Bhajan. Anishtita. That means there is no steadiness in bhajan. There are 6 phases here in Anishtita bhajan. There is Uṭhāñā, Ghanatarala, Vyuda Vikalpa, Vishaya Sangara, Niyamakshama, Tarangarangini. These are the 6 stages in Anishtita bhajan, how one progresses. So he's a pure devotee. He's entered, he got Dhrida Shraddha. And initially the first stage is Uṭhāñā. Uṭhāñā means he's very enthusiastic. He's very enthusiastic. Oh, now, and he feels like, now I'm a pure devotee, right? I'm able to do 24-hour bhajan. This is a breeze for me. You know, I can just swim through it. It is so nice. Krishna consciousness is amazing. It's wonderful. I can do it. I'm going back to Godhead. You know, it seems, and the example given by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur for this is when a child goes to school, in the beginning of the year, school year, when he gets the books, he will go through and he'll feel like before the school starts in summer, after he gets all these new books, I don't know now if, well, yeah, they're now also kids get new books. So then they just open up and they will see what are all the chapters and what are all the subjects. Oh, this is very easy. And sometimes they just read all the books in the summer itself. And then, yes, this next grade, you know, let's say you're going to 6th grade. 6th grade is so easy. You know, it's a breeze for me. I can just do it. That is the enthusiasm. But is that real? Did you actually conquer? No, it seems like that. Once the school starts and then the lessons start and then there is assignments, you know, assignment test and unit test and quarterly exam and half-yearly exam, then you feel the burden more and more and more. It's not as simple as I thought, you know, like that. So Uṭhāñā means that initial stage where you feel like, oh, bhakti is so simple. It's a breeze. I can just cross through it. And then come the tests, right? The next stage of Anishtita Bhajan, after you cross through this initial phase of Uṭhāñā means you're filled with enthusiasm. The next is Ghanatarala. Ghana means thick or dense. Tarala means thin. So thick and thin. That means sometimes you're enthusiastic and sometimes you're not. So you're going through ups and downs. Why? Because you still have those anarthas. Because of those anarthas, you go through down sometimes. Sometimes very enthusiastic, very nicely everything is going, and certain days it's not so nice. And then you keep going. Like this, there are 6 stages. The details will be given in Madhurya Kadambini. And the third one is Vyuda Vikalpa. Vyuda Vikalpa means you come up with so many ideas. You know, you have you have 5-year plan, right? The Planning Commission has a 5-year plan. Like that, they have a plan. This devotee, you know, because he's going through thick and thin, right? So he makes plans. How? By doing this, I will, you know, how I'm going to progress in my bhakti. He will make, you know, he'll start making schedules, you know, from morning until night he goes to bed. He has a whole schedule with no gap in between. Not even, you know, every like 10 minutes, first 15 minutes, this, then this, like this, he will plan for the whole day. This is called Vyuda Vikalpa. And no, actually not like that. Not the planning part, sorry. Vyuda Vikalpa is not planning. Vyuda Vikalpa means options. Vikalpa means options. Vyuda Vikalpa means he is thinking, let's say if he's a brahmachari, then he is thinking that, you know, I can even be a grihastha, and it's possible that as a grihastha also, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is a grihastha and a pure devotee. Srila Prabhupada was a grihastha and a pure devotee. So there's nothing wrong in being a grihastha. This is a brahmachari thinking. So I will get married and then I will be like this and my wife will be like this and together we will be serving Krishna and there won't be any sense gratification in our family and we will be dedicating like this. He will make plans, Vyuda Vikalpa, and how we will do everyday Mangalarti and we will serve the deities and we'll go on yatras and this and that, and he has a whole plan, Vyuda Vikalpa. So there's nothing wrong. Vikalpa, he's looking for other options materially and thinking that still I will do. This is third stage of Anishtita Bhajan. And then there is Niyamakshama. Niyamakshama means now he will make various, as I said, planning, niyamas, regulations for himself. But akshama, he is not able to keep those. Most of the time it happens. When you make a plan, very nicely you'll make a strict plan. Probably you'll spend, several hours the whole day making that plan. And then the very next day itself, you'll start slacking. Oh, because you make such a strict plan, which is not really practical. But we become so enthusiastic about making plans, every 10 minutes, 5 minutes also counted, and you make strict plans. But akshama, you're not able to keep those plans. Niyamakshama, this is the next stage of. But see, even the thing that you're actually seeing that there is, I'm not able to. So what do you see behind all this? There is that endeavor to become steady in bhajan. So you're trying to help yourself somehow or other, this way, that way, isn't it? So yeah, you are progressing. But this is still anishtita bhajan, niyamakshama. Then Vishaya Sangara, yes, you fall a victim of Vishayas. That also happens. You fail in your plans and then you keep falling down for material things. Material things means, remember, no sinful activities, no breaking regulative principles. But, sleeping more maybe, and then things like that. And Anishtita Bhajan, yeah, sleeping in. You don't go for Mangalarti, oh, I'll just sleep today. Then you skip that day, isn't it? Like that, things like that. Basically, Anishtita, your bhajan is not happening steadily. But then that time also you are regretting. You're regretting that there also. Oh. So that regret keeps you. So when you become okay with and you justify, you're not doing your service and you're like, it's fine. I have a good reason for. You may say that to another person, but if you're telling yourself, it's okay, I did for this, it's fine, then something is, But if you're actually feeling this, for a pure devotee, I'm saying when one is a pure devotee, of course, we may not be on that platform. I'm not on that platform, but that's how a pure devotee thinks because he got that faith already, that firm faith that this is all I should do. Somehow or other, I must be in connection with Krishna. Either hear about him, think about him, remember him, chant his glory, his holy names, worship him, serve Krishna 24/7. How he's able to do that? Because he got that firm faith. How he will get that firm faith? By hearing about him from pure devotees. You'll get that faith. So that's why, and what happens when you hear what is happening inside? By that hearing, the doubts of asambhavanas and viparita bhavanas that are there in your heart, they're all getting resolved. And that's when your faith is becoming firm, strong and strong and strong, like that. So after that, now you will be endeavoring to do that. You throw this person anywhere. You throw him in the jungle, in the desert, wherever. His endeavor will be, you take away his japamala, still something or the other, he will try to do only bhakti. Maybe he'll just, draw a picture of Krishna, something. He will be connected with Krishna all the time, 24/7. And even if he has some other taste, something which is taking him away from Krishna, and even if he goes and enjoys that, harmless. okay, harmless, not breaking regulative principles. Then also he will be regretting while enjoying. Dukkho darkamscha garhayan, right? And with great regret, he'll be enjoying it. That's a pure devotee. But so why it is happening, why he's getting distracted? Because of anarthas. That's why there is anishtita bhajan, because of anarthas. Like this. And then, so Vishaya Sangara, he falls for material enjoyment, Vishaya. And then Tarangarangini. Tarangarangini means, you see, he's doing bhajan now, 24-hour bhajan he's doing with fall downs here and there. But he's doing. So as a result of that bhajan, what will happen? What is the characteristic feature of sadhana bhakti? Two characteristic features of sadhana bhakti that we read in Nectar of Devotion, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Kleshagni and Shubhada. So Kleshagni means all kleshas are mitigated. That is part of this verse which is recited by Srila Svarūpa Dāmodara Gosvami. By Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu's mercy, this person, materialistic person, conditioned soul who's suffering so many kleshas, he turns to the lotus feet of the Lord, and now the fragrance of the lotus feet of Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu expands in his heart. As a result of that, his heart is now. So what happens is, that means he receives mercy of a devotee, and along with the mercy of the devotee, he'll get the mercy of Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu. And then now his Shraddha has become firm, Drida Shraddha, and he begins bhajan, 24-hour bhajan he will begin. And by that 24-hour bhajan, now the mercy is expanding. The fragrance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's lotus feet is expanding. That means by this bhajan, now his heart is becoming pure. Those anarthas are being removed, destroyed. Because of the removal of those anarthas, his heart becomes pure, uncontaminated, nirmala. This is the first feature of the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's lotus feet. So, nirmala, anartha nivritti has happened by that bhajan, anartha nivritti. He goes past this anishtita bhajan. Now, anartha nivritti is completed, his bhajan becomes steady. This stage is called nishtha. Anishtita bhajan, what we call bhajana kriya in our transcendental diagram, that bhajana kriya is anishtita bhajan, because anarthas are still there. But as a result of that bhajan, anarthas are being mitigated. Both are happening parallelly. As you're doing bhajan, your anarthas are being mitigated or destroyed. Then when all anarthas are destroyed, not all, but most, you have 4 types of anarthas. Dushkritotha, Sukritotha, Bhaktyotha, Aparadotha. Except for Aparadotha anarthas, the remaining 3 are removed. And in that also there are stages, Atyantiki, Prayiki, like that. So when you come to the stage of Nishtha, then most of the anarthas are removed. Now bhajan is going on steadily. And then at that time, no more attraction for material things. Your heart is peaceful now. There is no struggle anymore. You're trying to be Krishna conscious and, regret and all that. Now you're steadily doing bhajan. How you're doing this? By the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When a heart is pure, this is the natural byproduct. And after this, the next stage, these are the stages that are said in this particular verse. Heart becomes pure, and then you are experiencing that transcendental bliss of satisfaction. You're not feeling attracted to material things anymore. You don't feel any distractions. Your bhajan is going on steadily, nishtha. And after nishtha, ruchi, you get a taste for devotional service. Taste means, again, this taste is there 24 hours, not once in a while. Not when you go to the temple, you find the taste, and when you come back and again you get carried away. No, that's not Shuddha Bhakti. Shuddha Bhakti means the taste, everything is 24 hours. Those stages, right? So when you're doing bhajan, bhajan is also 24 hours, and now you're getting taste. Taste is also 24 hours. And then you get asakti. Asakti means attachment. Attachment to what? To the Lord. This is the difference between ruchi and asakti. In ruchi, your taste is for seva, devotional service itself. Whereas in asakti, your attachment is for the person, for Krishna. And then you come to bhava, and then in prema, you get rasa, right? So that is the other feature. First feature, So we said 3 features of the mercy of Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu. First feature is Nirmala. Nirmala means anartha nivritti. And after that, the intermediate stages are also said in the verse. Then the second characteristic feature of Mahaprabhu's mercy is rasada. It gives you rasa, prema rasa. You get a relationship and you're tasting that condensed sweetness of that love of Godhead, rasa. And after that, mada. Mad means what? In this world, mad means you think like arrogant, headstrong, puffed up. That's what you say. Like madness. People can become mad out of wealth, like we were reading about Nalakura and Manigriva yesterday, right? Because of being the sons of Kuvera, they were mada, means mad because of your opulence. Or you can become mad out of love of Godhead also. So here, after tasting this rasa, they become so mad. Why? Because they're seeing Krishna everywhere, constantly, 24 hours, continuously. You're seeing only Krishna. And not just Krishna, you're seeing the love for Krishna you have in your heart. You see that love in everyone and everything. You see that everyone is loving Krishna so much. And it's not that they actually have. You see it like that because it is your own love which is reflected in everything. Not just people, but even inanimate objects, water, pillars, fans, everything you see, oh, this loves Krishna so much. I have no love. Because of this, you look like a mad person to the world. They think, or the people who are not pure devotees, they'll see you as a madman. That's why Madhya. But you are reveling in the ecstasy of love of Godhead. So that's the madness you are experiencing. Like this. So all this is awarded by the mercy of Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu. Today is the conclusion of this verse. Yes, Mataji, Hare Krishna. Yes. So yesterday we were also reading the purport, and before I could conclude the purport, we read the purport before, but I'm just reading again. Before we concluded the purport, there were some glitches in the laptop, so I'll just finish that. Thus, the transcendental causeless mercy of Lord Krishna is manifested in the heart of the devotee at such a time. So this is in the beginning. Once again, the whole thing is repeated. It's manifested in the heart of the devotee at such a time material needs no longer exist. The lamentation that invariably accompanies material desires also vanishes. By the grace of the Lord, one is elevated to the transcendental position. So this is anartha nivritti. And then the transcendental mellows of the spiritual world are manifested in him. So this is rasa. Prema rasa is awarded. One's devotional service then becomes firm and one engages in the Lord's transcendental loving service with great determination. All these combine to fully awaken the devotee's heart with love of Krishna. So the last one is Madhya, madness is said. So here he engages in the transcendental service with great determination. In the commentary that is explained that he's actually now going around preaching. So we discussed that yesterday. So once again, the whole thing is said. In the beginning, a conditioned soul is bereft of Krishna consciousness and is always morose in his material activities. Later, by associating with the pure devotee, one becomes inquisitive to know the absolute truth. Inquisitive means what? He gets some shraddha to know the absolute truth, Komala Shraddha. So we discussed that also, Komala Shraddha and Dhrida Shraddha and Prauda Shraddha. In this way, one begins to engage in the transcendental service of the Lord. Next, by the Lord's grace, all misconceptions are vanquished and the heart is cleansed of all material dirt. Yes. So this is anartha nivritti. All material dirt is removed. It is only then that the pleasure of transcendental bliss is awakened. So pleasure of transcendental bliss means he's feeling great satisfaction because now there is no distractions. The mind is not getting distracted by any material attraction. He's steadily doing his bhajan, so he's experiencing transcendental bliss. By the Lord's mercy, one is completely convinced of the value of devotional service. This point is now he gets bhakti siddhanta prapti, it is said. So this is prauda shraddha here. So after anartha nivritti, now he's experiencing bliss and then he gets bhakti siddhanta prapti. That means he's now, conviction he got already. Conviction he got in dhrida shraddha itself. But now he's an expert. He's an expert. He can, he's a guru here. He can become a guru, right? Shastre parecha nishnataha, expert. By the Lord's mercy. When one can see the pastimes of the Lord everywhere, he is firmly situated in transcendental bliss. Yes. So now, he gets the mellows. When one can see the pastimes of the Lord everywhere, he is firmly situated in transcendental bliss. Such a devotee is relieved of all kinds of material miseries, and he preaches the glories of the Lord all over the world. That's the point I was trying to say. Now, so when one comes to this stage, he preaches the glories of the Lord to the whole world. So that also we discussed yesterday. Why he's preaching? If he's seeing only Krishna everywhere, what is the need to preach to anyone if he's seeing everyone as a devotee? So when he comes to that stage, in order to preach, he comes down to the stage of Madhyama. That means he will discriminate. Oh, this is a devotee. This is an envious person, and this is an ignorant person, and this is Krishna. He will see He will see, uh, you know, the distinction here, and then he will act accordingly. That is a Madhyama Bhakta. So he will come down to that level in order to preach. These Krishna conscious activities separate him from material activities and the desire for liberation. Obviously, Shuddha Bhakta means Anyabhilashita Shunyam Jnana Karma Dhyanavritam. So there is no jnana, no karma. He is only doing Krishna conscious activities. So even though he's preaching in this world, and for preaching he's traveling, yes, and maybe he's going in airplanes and cars, and he's staying in apartments, paying rent and all that, but his activities are not material activities. His activities are all transcendental activities. They're not material activities. They're not contaminated. Why? Because he's continuously doing devotional service. That keeps him on that platform. These Krishna conscious activities separate him from material activities and the desire for liberation, because at every step the devotee feels himself connected with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's the point. At every step, constantly, he is connected with the Lord through devotional service. At every moment, he's connected with Krishna through devotional service, either through your body, mind, or words, or through your mood. Even that is there. Maybe you're connected with your mood. What is your mood? One example of the mood of a pure devotee is he will be extremely cautious about not committing offenses. So that mood keeps him on the platform of Krishna consciousness. Even though he's doing, activities, apparently they look like karma, but actually his mood is always Krishna conscious. And with his mind, with his lips, he's chanting, with his mind, he's thinking one way or the other, he's continuously in touch with Krishna. Although such a devotee may sometimes be involved in household life, he is untouched by material existence due to his constant engagement in devotional service. This is the thing. Constant engagement in devotional service. Until and unless one comes to this platform of constant engagement in devotional service, you cannot call that person a pure devotee. And you can see yourself, judge yourself where you are. If you are, even if you are endeavoring to do that continuously, that means yes, right? Because we know in Anishtita Bhajan, the person is still a pure devotee. He's endeavoring, but he can fail. Thus, everyone is advised to take shelter of devotional service to become happy and liberated. With that, we conclude this verse finally. Now we'll read the next verse. उठाया महाप्रभु कोइलो āliṅgana dui-jane premāveśe hoilo acetana. So Svarūpa Dāmodara Goswami fell at the lotus feet of Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu and recited this verse. What did Mahaprabhu do? Uṭhāñā Mahaprabhu koila āliṅgana. He immediately picked up Svarūpa Dāmodara Goswami and embraced him. Koila āliṅgana. Dui-jane premāveśe hoilo acetana. And when Mahaprabhu embraced both of them, in great ecstasy of love, overwhelmed by love of Krishna, both of them just fainted in each other's arms. Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu raised Svarūpa Dāmodara to his feet and embraced him. They both became ecstatic in love and fell unconscious. kata-kṣaṇe dui-jane sthira yabe hailā, tabe Mahaprabhu tāre kahite lāgilā. kata-kṣaṇe, after a few seconds, after some time, dui-jane sthira yabe hailā, and then when both of them were, they came back to external consciousness because they were in ecstasy and they fainted. So after some time, after a few moments, when we came back to external consciousness, tabe Mahaprabhu tare kahite lāgilā. Then Mahaprabhu began to speak to Svarūpa Dāmodara Gosvami. Kata-kṣaṇe dui-jane sthira jabe haila, tabe Mahaprabhu tare kahite lāgilā. Mahaprabhu began to speak to him. After they had regained their patience, Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu began to speak. What did Mahaprabhu say? Tumi je āsibe, aji svapnete dekhilo, bhāla haila, andha yena, dui-netra pailo. So sweet, Mahaprabhu. He's saying that I dreamt about you. Last night I had a dream. Aji means today. I had a dream that you are coming. This is very good that you have actually come. Andha yena dui-netra pailo. Your coming is like a blind man's receiving eyesight. When a blind man who is not able to see anything, all of a sudden he gets eyes, he's able to see. What is the happiness that person feels? We cannot explain because we don't have experience of that. But only that person knows. One who has been blind all the time, now all of a sudden he is able to see the world. When he gets eyes, what is the happiness he feels? Mahaprabhu is saying, that's the happiness I'm feeling by seeing you. I got a dream last night that you came and now you have actually come. And this is very wonderful. It is as if a blind man received eyesight. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, I saw in a dream that you were coming, and so this is very auspicious. I have been like a blind man, but your coming here restores my vision. See how nice, I mean, so sweet. You see this in the Lord and also in his pure devotees, this feature. They endear themselves to the Lord and to the devotees, especially to the devotees. Like in Srila Prabhupada's lāgilā, we hear, when a devotee sincerely makes something, His Holiness Chandramauli Maharaj says, he made Sandesh once in New Vrindavan. Really, you know how it is to make Sandesh. You have to put so much effort. And then when it actually comes out really nice, it is appreciated so much. So when Srila Prabhupada ate that, he said that I've never eaten such good sandesh in my whole life. This is the best sandesh I've eaten in my whole life. Can you imagine how the devotee feels? And he has said that to other devotees also, I think to His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj also, and some devotees. So now that doesn't mean how can it be that, the best he's saying to 3 different people, how can that be? It can be. Spiritually, everything is possible. It is possible because there is perfect, more perfect, most perfect. It is possible. It's only possible on the transcendental platform. And yeah, but then you can see, and it's not like he's lying or something. He is actually feeling like that, and he says, and how much the devotee becomes very attached to the Srila Prabhupada, or in this case to Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu, when he hears that. So here Mahaprabhu is saying that tumi je āsibe aji svapnete dekhilo. I just dreamt that you were coming today, and this is wonderful. Bhāla haila. Andha yena dui-netra pailo. It is as if a blind man received vision. You're coming to me. That means I have been like a blind man, but your coming here restores my vision. Okay. Svarūpa kohe Prabhu mora khama aparadha toma chhadi anyatra genu korinu pramada. He's saying now, Svarūpa Dāmodara Goswami is speaking. He's saying, my Lord Prabhu, mora khama aparad. Please forgive my offense. Please forgive my offense. What is the offense? Toma chhadi anyatra genu. Leaving you, I went somewhere else. Korimu pramada. I have done a great mistake. Pramad. I have done a great mistake. By leaving you, I went somewhere else. So he went and took sannyas, right? In Varanasi. And from his guru's name was Chaitanyananda. So he took sannyas. So that's why he's saying, Svarūpa kohe Prabhu mora khama aparad toma chhadi anyatra geu koriu pramad. Svarūpa said, my dear Lord, please excuse my offense. I gave up your company to go elsewhere, and that was my great mistake. Let me see if there is any comment in this. Hmm. One second. Okay. So Svarūpa Dāmodara Goswami is saying, "My Lord, please forgive my offense. It was my mistake that I left you and went elsewhere." And that's all. There is no commentary. So we can stop there and read further tomorrow, because I think I have like 3-4 minutes left before Mangalarti ends. I can at least get some darshan. Thank you. श्री चैतन्य चरितामृत की जय, श्रील कृष्णदास कविराज गोस्वामी की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमः। Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mataji.